more from my book, Ruin, by me, Clarence Carter. Chapter 20. The phone continuously rang. My foot tapped on the linoleum as I waited for a man I didn't know to answer. When he didn't on the third ring, I gave up. Is she talking to you now? I asked Wendy. She shook her head. Only once, last night. Holding my head in my hands, I considered what might have happened. I wondered if she'd had some sort of dream or something. Has anything like this happened before? Again, she shook her head. You've never had someone talk to you in that way before. Any psychic phenomena you want to tell me about? No. Before last night, I wasn't even a believer. I always chalked it up to wishful thinking. People who wanted to hear from the... She paused, about to say dead, before she stopped herself. Well, people who wanted to reach others. She took a seat in the visitor's chair, as if she didn't have anything better to do. No, I had a grandma who was into all this psychic stuff, but not me. I always thought that was batty. She swirled a finger in a circle beside her head. I didn't have the time to research clairvoyance and whether it was hereditary or not. Okay. That's her message in its entirety. You're not holding anything back or forgetting anything? She shook her head. No. But it was such a strange thing. I wasn't walking down the hall. I was walking down the hall when her voice came into my head, loud and clear, unlike my own thoughts, which are softer. It didn't even sound like me. It took me about 20 minutes to figure out who on this floor had been talking to me, let alone how. Her sitting in the visitor's chair, with her legs crossed as if she were a no member of the team, bothered me. But I didn't have a choice but to talk to her. All right, I nodded a couple of times, trying to figure out how I'd talk to her about everything going on. So, do you want to tell me what's going on here, or do you want me to leave? Honestly, I'm kind of hoping you'll tell me. I don't want you to get caught up in this, truly. What you're dealing with is dangerous. Wendy didn't seem concerned. The look on her face told me that she'd seen enough, likely been through plenty of danger. I couldn't imagine what she'd gone through just working in a hospital. Dangerous? Yeah, I get that. I guess that I'm meant to be a part of this. If she's reaching out to me through telepathy or whatever, I'd say that I deserve to know what's going on. My mind returned to Chayton. If what she'd said were true, he died because of us. We've already lost someone because of this. If I were you, I'd walk out that door and never look back. She scoffed. That's just it. You're not me. I walked across the room and closed the door. All right, so here's what we know. There's a cave in Old Pine Valley. Something was trapped inside. Something some natives summoned to protect them from another tribe a long, long time ago. They couldn't contain it or stop it, so they trapped it. She nodded. Something like what? Mm-hmm. Looks like everybody's starting to come in. Invite. Invitation sent. Invite. How we doing, Ted? Turn my volume up a little bit. I sent one to Jeff too. I don't know if you got it. Okay. Invitation sent. Jeffrey, my boy. What are you doing? Get in here.
Okay. I can listen to your reading. I can listen to your work. I can even read.
Nobody wants to listen to me.
I even muted the mic. provide any interference.
I think he got lost. I don't know. I'm going to send out some invites, see if anybody wants to jump around,
sure, me
say
too.
hi.
Okay. Let's do this.
What time is it there, Ted?
It's 9 minutes after midnight.
Oh my goodness. What are you still doing up?
Yeah. Children of the night.
Children of the night, that's right.
What noises they make.
Yeah. Yep. How long have you been writing, buddy?
I've been writing systematically, right? Since 2020.
Since 2020?
2020. I started with when I decided that I wanted to write some sci-fi, because I've been a reader of sci-fi since 13 years old, right? I always wanted to write something of mine. And then I made a decision, and I said, should I read books about how to write? Or should I write something that has, that it's organized, but it's not like a screenplay, with all these pinch points and all of that. And, because I'm an adventurous mind, I said, I'm going to start something that will span 5 books, right? So I'm going to write the first book. And I wrote a Ganasa incident. And I saw that it is much better if you do it the screenplay style. And after all these years, after reading all this stuff and how to write, I came up with Hydras of War, which is and I have another one. If you want me, I can send it to you for free, right? To be clear. I have the Pearl of Queen Nyctandra, but it's part 1. So part 1, what does it mean? The protagonist has lost. Have you ever heard a book where the protagonist loses at the end? I mean, nobody does that.
It's very rare.
Very rare. But if you do it as parts, you promise, you say, this is part 1. Protagonist loses. It's arrested, and it's down for mind brainwashing and whatever else. So I say, look, part 1, this is how it ends. If you send me an email, I can mail to you, or if you want, I can add you to my Google Drive where I have Clint and Shai. Clint and Shai have them in a Google Drive. So if you have a Gmail account and you share it to me, I'll add you there. I have my works there, and I'll add the Pearl of Queen Nyctandra for you to see, which is a gothic noir space opera, sci-fi space opera.
Space opera.
I got, yeah, it's gothic. Gothic is the atmosphere. You have underground aqueducts and creatures that are moving underwater, and all these columns underground and all of that. Gothic is atmosphere. And I have Hydras of War, which is completely like the other, like the Pearl of Queen Nyctandra. It's a screenplay. It starts, it's the Save the Cat thing. And now I'm finishing. I've been working all day on it, editing it and adding some stuff. And I think I'm gonna get it out in about a couple of weeks from now.
Nice.
Something like that. But Marianne is in. Hello, Marianne.
Hey, Marianne. So when you pitch your book, what do you use for comp titles? Like, what do you compare it to?
Yeah, you see, I do a niche thing because it is military spy-fi. It's not
Hmm.
military sci-fi. Because, when we said a couple of days ago, military sci-fi is the ordinary life of soldiers and their battles. So it's virtually Starship Troopers.
Hmm.
That's Starship Troopers. Very easy to put the book in the shelf, right? And very easy to expect what you're going to expect. Space opera, yes, Starship Troopers is a space opera, no problem. But I do the spy fi, so the protagonist is not the military unit or the military leader. It's a spy, it's an agent, it's an operative.
Hmm.
So it has to be a book that you don't expect a usual space battle or a usual planet battle, but you expect the protagonist to win via information
Hmm.
and acquiring data, processing it as information, and then distilling it into intelligence. And from this intelligence, the protagonist has to make a decision. So the book is decision centric, but it's usually down to one man. Like James Bond makes decisions, on the fly.
Yep.
So it's a decision of one man. Where military sci-fi, it's like the head of the unit makes decision, and also you can blame that because you have a unit get lost or get decimated, but you
Hmm.
cannot decimate your protagonist in the spy fighting.
Yeah,
So
that would be
that's a
impossible to.
different. So that's a different that you don't have to give him. You must not give him plot armor.
Yeah.
He must earn the escapes. He must earn the wins.
Hmm. It would be a boring read if they didn't earn it.
Sorry.
It would be a boring read if they didn't earn it.
Yeah. So tell me about you got a new book out, right?
Yeah. I've got a new collection of short stories. This is my fourth one.
Yeah,
Redacted
great. I'd
Tales.
love to hear about.
Yeah. So it's like, I don't know, horror sci-fi kind of combination. Not all of it is about aliens, but there's definitely a couple of stories in there that are abduction. There's also like a possessed doll. There's one about a time warp, stuff like that. Um, so I've always been a big fan of like the Twilight Zone, Tales from the Crypt, Black Mirror, anthologies, TV shows like that. So that's why I write so many collections of short stories, is because that's kind of the way my mind works. I mean, I do novels too, but they're never very long. I can't write one of those giant books like Sour or Jeff's book Melvin's. I just can't do that. My mind doesn't work that way.
Yeah, it's a bit of a bugger because I do Hydras of War. It's down to 223 pages,
Mhm.
and you really have to control everything that's happening. You
Mhm.
have to provide a backstory. Some things in the novel are not written in the novel, but you have to write them. So what you write in the novel has to make sense. Yeah, it's a big thing, but I like this anthologist. I may write something, and if you guys collaborate on something, give me a whistle on that. I like very much flash stories, thousand words, thousand words no more, which are very they seem small and they seem that the effort should not be so much, but in my opinion they're very difficult because you have to have a save the cat in 1,000 words. And a famous flash story. I don't remember who wrote it right now. It's like a scientist in a lab uh, cheats his wife, and then one day his wife visits the lab, and there is a plant there, and the plant tells the wife with psychokinetic, mind communications, and the wife takes a gun and bam. There you go, 1,000 words.
1,000 words. Yeah. I don't usually do that short, but you're right. It is definitely a skill. Like you have to have your word. You have to have your words very precise. Very. Of course, I lost my train of thought there, but it really has to be very tight.
It's the point is that you have to find something either entertaining, either disturbing, either unique. So the 1,000 words can have an impact.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you cannot have the end. And and no. I think if because I read a lot, right? I wouldn't like to read something that says, and then we went there, and that's it. Right?
Yeah.
It has to have a philosophy, moral, disturbing, rewarding, something that when you read these 1,000 words, you say, I didn't lose my time. That was
Yeah.
a good 5 minutes of my time,
You
of my
still want to
life.
have a full plot in that 1,000 words. You want the story to actually go somewhere.
Yeah, yeah. It's. I think one trick is what you were saying the other time with the other guys, that you are writing stories that intersect. So maybe one trick with these flash stories is to have something that either was dependent on a previous flash story or intersects with one. So you write two flash stories, and then the third one is the intersection. So you're cheating
Yeah.
because it's a 3,000 word thing.
Yeah.
But
It's
but
really
and
one story broken into three parts. Yeah.
but they're small, so you can control them quickly. You
Yeah.
can because it's another thing when you have 100,000 words. I mean, I'm editing this beast now, the Hydras of War, and
Mhm.
I delete so many words that I wrote in the beginning. It's
Mhm.
a it's a tedious thing, but I want it to be good, so that's why I'm not releasing it right now. It could be released. It's finished, but I think I'm gonna stay on it for 2 weeks more, and even a little more if it's required. I want it to be good. I want this to be good.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's better to be safe than sorry, for sure.
yeah, yeah. So tell me, from your stories, from your redacted tales, which I won't say it like your favorite story. I won't say your best story, but I will say, what is the story that you would like to convey to the people listening right now? Let's say you
Mm.
had, um, you know, I mean, you will have a million audience, right?
Yeah.
So what is the story that you would like to explain to them?
Hush Little Baby. That's the name of the story that I think wraps this whole thing up, that I think came out exactly the way I hoped it would. So, the concept of the story, and it's actually what the cover is based off of, too. So, this is a little farmhouse. It's a little dark, but. And then, obviously, a spaceship. So, there's this story about an Amish girl who is pregnant, and then she gets abducted by aliens, and they take the baby, but they don't take her. They drop her back off. And then fast forward 2 years, everybody in her Amish community thinks that she offed the baby, that she got rid of it. But it comes back. The spaceship drops the baby back in the exact spot that it took her from, but it hasn't grown 2 years. It's still an infant. And she takes it and is right back where she started. Like she loves it. She's, whatever. She starts taking care of it. But the baby's not the same. and gradually it becomes more and more suspicious, I guess you'd say. And she realizes that not only is she falling apart in here, but she's also falling apart out here because she's now neglected everything to take care of this baby. And then you realize that the baby is of another species, of another being, of another something, and it is physically draining the life out of her.
So it's like it's a mystery with what they did with the baby, because it's obvious that they did something, and this something is affecting the your protagonist is the Amsgale, if I understood it right? So there are
Yeah.
strange things happening, right? And this is what the story is trying to intrigue the reader.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's really complicated to explain without reading the whole thing, but basically she starts seeing things moving under its skin, and she realizes that there's something else in her baby's body, I guess, and it's not necessarily her baby anymore, or at least not entirely. But I kind of leave it vague. I leave the reader's imagination to decide what it might be.
Yeah, that's very interesting. Hello, Kristen. Kristen is a nice friend and author too. I uh, I I, watch her once she's live. I like her work. Um, so tell me, Clarence, what do you believe? Should an author say a lot about their work? For example, now that we discuss your story, should we say a lot about a story and let the reader decide that they like it and they like to buy the book so they can read it to their leisure and to the detail? Or should an author say, look, I'm not going to spoil it. What if this happened? And then you had this dilemma, but doesn't say about a lot of the story. What do you think?
Well, when it comes to a novel, maybe hold the plot twists close to your chest. Maybe not spoil too much. But I think with one story in a collection, it's not so bad because they know that they're getting into a lot more than just that one thing. But also, I'm not a I'm not affected by spoilers that much, to be honest. Like, I'm still gonna read it anyway. If my mind is made up, my mind is made up. Like, even if I know how it ends, that doesn't take away from the journey for me. So if my mind is made up, I'm gonna read it pretty much regardless of whether I know the ending or not. But that's just me. I mean, some people aren't like that. Some people want the twist. They want the ending to be the way that it is.
Yeah, because I was listening to some authors, either a video. I think it was a video. It was not a discussion or a live, and
Hmm.
I think it was a lady, and she was saying that readers expect a lot of information about your work, and this will
Hmm.
help them uh, decide if they want. Hello, Jeffrey. And this will help them decide if they want to read
Hey
it
there, guys.
or not. How
Trying
are
to
you
get this
doing
set
today?
up.
Um,
Got it the
I'm
wrong way.
I'm a
Hold
little
on.
bit.
I turned it the wrong way. Sorry, y'all. I was late. I was creating a video and I didn't realize it got this late.
What are we
So
looking at there? A
it's a
I
terrarium?
really did lose. It was the couch on the other side and the fish tank. I forgot how to do this. Hold on.
Oh, Jeffrey.
I know, right? I think I got it now, don't I? No? Hold on.
you want to do the video?
Oh, that's what. I hit this. Yeah,
Yeah.
I got it now. I swapped the camera around.
Just
But yeah, it's a bunch of fish.
touch your icon, and then the camera is going to the
Yeah,
camera.
right now it ain't doing nothing. There it goes. There we go. I shouldn't even put it on me. I'd rather put it on the fish.
You can put it wherever you want. You don't even have to turn it on if you don't want to.
Nah, I ain't gonna do that. I'll have it on so y'all can hear me better. Is that it? Did I do it?
No.
What the world? It don't. Apparently, I. It's like no, 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 no. You too ugly. Hold on.
Let me close
Oh
the.
yeah. I also wanted to ask if I could use this on the YouTube channel when the time comes.
I'm fine with it. Oh, that's right. I got to hit save. Ah, that's what was the problem was. I
It's
didn't
not
hit
too dark.
save on the thing.
Am I too dark?
Huh?
No, you're not too dark.
Oh, you're not. Yeah, you're fine. I got mine on
Children
kind of
of the
dark.
night.
Children of the night.
Let me see if I.
All right, I'm gonna try to. Hey, Marianne, you still on?
She said she was gonna get the boys from school. I don't know if she's
Oh yeah, I
still
see
listening
that
to
now.
us, but
I'll share it. Y'all can get talk real quick while I share it. If you go back to y'all's conversation, I mean, I'll
oh,
share this out. See what.
we were just talking about spoilers, and some authors or some readers think it's too much when you say too much and spoil the ending. I personally am not affected by spoilers. You can tell me the whole plot of your book, and I'll still, if I make up my mind I'm going to read it, I'm still going to read it. Like, and then
Yeah,
I'm that
I'm
way
alright
without.
if you're telling me the plot. Just don't tell me what happens. Like, for example, with Demonic Crusades, if I'm sitting there promoting it, I'm not going to tell you the full. All right, I've told everybody reasons he's turned, but I won't go into the detail of the scenarios of what he went through because that ruins the story. I'll tell you that hey, he was being lied to, he fell in love, and that's about how I'll close it there. But yeah, I'm kind of like that too. That's like if Shay, when she was doing Sour, if she got up there and said that if she went ahead and started talking about the secrets that of Jones Law or something, went ahead and started it, yeah, I'd be a little uptight. No, I want to read that. But yeah, the basic stuff, definitely. Let us know because that's what builds on to getting you really wanting to read it. But yeah, don't let it out too much though.
Fair enough.
So Jeffrey, what
Karina.
what is the premise of Demonic Crusades? What's the concept?
It's hold on one second. Let me turn this up just a hair. Okay. Yeah, it takes place in ancient times, and it's supposed to be revolving us around the story of a demon named Damien. He's your main character. He's technically I could kind of tell this because it tells it in the very beginning of the story, so it's fine to tell this. But he's half human, half demon. The thing is, you won't learn who his father is. You'll know who his mother is. His mother is an Atlantean. She's from Atlantis, and that's where he was born at. The day he was conceived was the day Atlantis was destroyed because they came for him. That's who they wanted. It was like it's one of those things, the right time. Anyway, they came and took him, raised him into the demonic empire. And as time went on, he began to see things for what it was. He was starting to see that not everything was glory. They were taking over other worlds, destroying people. He was all about destroying and conquering enemies. He was not about just taking over for no reason. He was about killing enemies that are threatening. He didn't like this killing innocent women and children and stuff like that. It wasn't the kind of guy he was. You got to remember, he had human in him. So that human heart was coursing him the right direction. But it really hit home when he fell in love with a Roman woman. They didn't like that because the new rules in the demonic empire was that none of the demonic empire is to be infatuated or mess with humans after the fall of the flood, because after the flood is when the laws had to change. But they were still doing it, but their lesser people weren't allowed to do it. You know how it kind of like today in the way the country is, the way America is, the way every country is, where politicians are allowed to do things. They can go out and do this and make illegal money, but we do it, we go to prison. So there you go. So he rises against them and creates his own empire, which leads into book 2, where he's assembling. Basically, Damien is taking anyone who will join his cause, and they're going all through the galaxy, through every known universe, every known world, to gather warriors to take down the kingdom of hell. So it's very interesting. It's really fun.
Yeah,
Hey, Karina.
definitely. The it's a strong premise, I think, because it has a lot of suspense in it.
Oh yeah.
and originality. So it seems exciting.
Be-
Um,
Surprisingly, it
what
came from a dream.
sorry?
It's surprisingly, it came from a dream I had when I was 12, 11, 12, maybe 13 years old. I actually had a dream, but the dream was a little different. And then I wrote it into a screenplay, but I changed it once I wrote it into a book. I went to a whole different direction, which I think this direction's 20 times better than the original. The original, he was a straight up full on demon who turned. And yeah, but I like this way. I like with bringing Atlantis into it, and then I can create all these fantasy worlds and different population of different existence of life. It's kind of like if you watch Star Wars, Never-Ending Story, Lord of the Rings, stuff like that. Star Trek. When you watch these sci-fi stuff and they go to all these different worlds and they got different people like fish heads. People would like fish heads or dog heads and stuff like different imaginations of what other cultures could look like. That's what Demonic Crusades brings you. It brings you a whole list of everything. It even kind of shoots up childlike fantasies in a way. So it's like, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's great. That was exactly what I was going to ask right now. How did you come from the idea? Um, Clarence, would you like to read us the titles of your anthology? Would you agree to that? Would you see that as beneficial, fitting to read us the titles of your
The
anthology?
titles of each story.
The titles
Yeah.
of its story. Would you like that?
Sure. We're in reference to Redacted Tales, which also has a YouTube channel. So some of them have been narrated on the YouTube channel, and then other authors have also submitted, and I've had them narrated as well. So if you get the chance, check us out on YouTube as well. I will read the titles right now. All right. We have Nora, Thou Shalt Not Kill, March of the Dead, Arachne, The Hand, Unraveled, Two Can Keep a Secret, Hush Little Baby, The Midnight Men, and We Can Never Go Back.
That's a pretty wholesome mythology, and I was in one of your lives, and I listened to the hand, uh, which was immersive and exciting. And I think you said that your favorite story was Hush Little Baby with the alien abduction and what strange happened to the abducted baby. Uh, which we cannot stress more that these are very nice stories. I mean, Jeffrey's stories are it's an epic story, right? It's
Oh yeah, yeah.
it's an epic suspense, and I mean, and also Clarence is very close to Twilight, huh? Very close to Twilight Zone. Would you
Yeah.
say?
Yep.
Would you say? I would say Twilight Zone, the original series.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I
I mean,
told
if
him
you
that not too long ago on the live because I love hearing his stories, man. They're very interesting, and the way he put them together, with redacted tales and the rejected ones, it really has the old '60s Twilight Zone feel vibe, and it makes you like, Dad, this is gonna be fun. I love it.
It's
Clarence,
funny that you.
yeah. Yes, please.
I was just gonna say The Hand was based off of a dream as well. That story, The Hand, I dreamt about it years ago, probably like 2016 maybe, and then I wrote the
Nice.
story shortly after, but I never published it until this year. Like I just kept picking it up, changing it a little bit, putting it away, picking it up, and then eventually I just gave up on it. I was like, this is as good as it's gonna get. Get it out of
Yeah.
here.
Hey, honestly, it's a good thing because I've actually caught up and learned something with Demonic Crusades, for example. I actually wrote that in a screenplay a couple years after I was actually writing it down when I had the dream. It was like a book first. And I called it Vampires of the Millennium because a lot of it had vampires in it. It was more
Yeah.
futuristic, like today's time. Well, back then it was at that times. Then I wrote the screenplay several years after. Kept it, kind of kept the premise, changed it up a bit. Then, years later, You know, because remember, let's see, I think I came up with the idea in what, 99, 2000, somewhere around in there's where I had the dream, 98, 99, 2000, somewhere. So I started writing it around that time. Then the screenplay got written about 2006, 2007 when I wrote the screenplay. So the book itself didn't get wrote until what, 2025, 2024, somewhere around in there. And it's 10 times better. So basically what I'm saying is I guess the longer you wait, the better and more ideas, and you can make it even dynamic. So, you know, yeah, it kind of works itself out for me.
I like that.
Yeah. You know what they say, guys? Dreams and showers. Dreams and showers. You get the idea while you're dreaming, or or when you're under the shower.
Oh, I got you.
I've never heard that before.
Yeah, me too. I was going to wrap my head. I was like, where's he going with this one? Sorry, y'all. I'm still sharing out, so trying to find some more people up here for us. Quite a few ain't on, but quite a few are. But some of them are also in lives because I just saw them before I got up here because, uh-oh, I'm freezing. What happened?
Uh-oh, you're lagging. Also,
Yeah,
I'm going to take this
that's
opportunity.
weird. I don't have a lag in here. Huh.
Stephanie James is in our comment section. I did a book through her this year as well. If you guys ever get the chance, check her out. Check out her work. She did Prepping Down the Rabbit Hole, Stephanie James Publishing. A bunch of us authors here on Book Talk, the authors Rise Up, are in this Prepping Down the Rabbit Hole. There's a bunch of us.
Nice. Yeah, I just
Yeah,
got
great.
done doing a little Rise Up video. I got quite a few, but Ted, I didn't get none of your books in on this video. I just pushed the ones I had pictures of at the moment, but I will do more. Don't worry. I'm going back. I'm going to do some research, make sure I got everybody's book right, because I don't want to accidentally put a wrong book. So I went ahead and did some that I got now. It's just a quick little video, but I'm going to be making videos a lot, almost every day if I can, or at least every other day. So,
Yeah, it's no problem.
yeah.
Jeffrey, wait. I'll send you some stuff. If you
Okay, that'll work. Thank you.
First of all, Clarence, yes, please put this live in your YouTube. Right, you have my permission. And if you'd like, we talked about. I have this Google Drive. Jeffrey, if you have a Gmail as well, I
Yeah.
can add you. And this is where I put my work. I don't expect fellow authors to buy my work. I give it. You can find
Yeah,
it
I can.
in the drive, and I think I'm gonna go for one of my major work now is Hydras of War, and whatever I have written up to now, it's really a very detailed backstory. What I have published, except the Pearl of Queen Nictandra, which is a standalone story, but it doesn't have the second
Yeah.
part. But Hydras of War is going to have all parts. So this is what I'm going to go for my main work.
Yeah, I
So
can send
guys,
you the Gmail after.
yeah, and if you give me permission, Clarence, I can put this live on my YouTube channels as well.
Absolutely.
So you can propagate more
Yeah.
eyes, bigger audience. Um, but what I like about you guys is that you know how to talk, you know how to explain, you know how to tell your work to your audience. You don't find this very very easy now, do you? Huh?
No,
Somebody,
I didn't
somebody
come
who's
by it
respectful,
naturally.
somebody who's respectful of others, saying, "Yes, please tell me your work. Tell me your work first. I don't want I don't want to promote my work. I want to listen about your work. And I'm gonna stay here and listen to it, right? And and I like it. I'm not gonna like it. I like it because I want to listen to what you have to say.
Yeah.
And I mean, surely, and the impromptu interview with Glinda Shay has helped so much. Has helped us so much, and
Hmm.
I think we should mention them.
Yeah.
They're very nice. Very nice folks. I like them
Very
very
nice folks.
much.
I don't know if you're aware yet, but I'm going to be hosting Impromptu all of next month. So Clint,
Okay, all good.
yeah, Clint is going to be out. He's getting married. He's got his finals. He's got a bunch of stuff going on. So they asked me to fill in for the 4 or 5 weeks that he's going to be out. So it's going to be Shay and I.
Yeah, I know, and you told them forgive them for they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, I did. I said, how long before you guys regret this? What, 2 weeks maybe?
So you didn't say it in a religious style. Forgive them for they don't know what they're
Forgive,
doing.
forgive Impromptu, for they know not what they've done.
Yeah, because of impromptu though, I will say this. It kind of with Shay and Clint and everybody, they kind of gave me a lot of confidence to kind of start going live on my own. I tried a couple times last year, but we were real sporadic, and it just didn't, And I was thinking, nah, I don't want to do it. Then I met another author. His name is Jason Jennings. He does the Diddle Dillip, the Frog, the children's
Oh, yep.
books. I've watched him. He was reading on a live, and I saw how many people kept tuning in. And I'm like, wow! And all he's doing is he's reading like the early chapter, which is like what I do. I read the early chapters, and I'm like, huh. So I kind of got that idea from him. I actually talked to him, and he said, yeah, just read from your book, read a chapter, read a brief chapter. He said, just read a little bit at a time. Ask the readers or the viewers if that's what they want, if they want to hear, and read them early chapters. You don't have to read spoiler alerts, nothing like that. Just read your early stuff on the book and see how it goes. And I'll be honest with y'all, since I started doing it, I'm getting a few more sales than I normally do. Usually I get 1 or 2 a month if I'm lucky. Sometimes 3, maybe 4. This month I got 7 sales. And last month I had 4, maybe 5. I know that's nothing to brag about. For me, it kind of is. But what I'm getting at is ever since I started reading on the live, I'm gaining a few more. I mean, it's not like I got big lives, nothing like that. But I am getting to where I get 12 people occasionally or more. So that's good. It's working. And it's a gradual, it's like he told me, and I've had other people tell me, say, hey, my lives went months, just 6, 7, 8 people. Then it went to 12. And then months later, it just started getting to 20s and then the 30s. And then, I was like, okay, so I'm going to keep at it. We'll see what happens, But I've met new people and also going to other people's lives, talking to them, getting, that's how I met CP Moore. I met her through doing that. I've met several more doing that. I met Ashley on here. She's not up here on our live at the moment. She's on someone else's live. I met her that way. I've met so many people just showing up in their live. They see my name. I don't even say nothing. I go in, I'll wave, be nice, trying to show a little respect to everybody and a little support. Next thing I know, oh, you're an author. What do you write? And it just hits. And I just tell them what I write. Next thing I know, they're looking me up. They're checking out my stuff, and we're friends. So definitely let y'all know to try that. It's worth a shot. I mean, it don't mean it's going to necessarily hit big. It's not hitting big, but it is making new friends. So, and it's giving me more confidence each time I do this. It helps me to learn. Watching other people on their live gives me influence in other ways to like, okay, I'm going to try this on my live as well. So,
I've never had much luck online sales. I've gotten the majority of my sales in person pretty much my whole career. I get sporadic stuff here and there, but yeah, that's where I do book festivals and conventions and stuff. That's where I get the majority of my sales.
Telling you, you get your TikTok shop set up and go live and do a package on live, like because CP Moore does it and a couple other authors I'm seeing doing this. Where if someone purchases it, they'll ask them, the person online that they just purchased, would you like me to gift wrap your book right here on live and sign it for you and everything? And a lot of people say, yeah. Some people don't have time to be up there to watch it, so just surprise me and send it to me. Okay. And she'll sit there and wrap it, gives them bookmarks and keychains and stickers on it. I mean, I'm like, dang, I need to, it's really neat. It helps. I mean, I'm seeing her selling 3, 4, 5 books a night. Yeah. I mean, that may not sound like much, but dang, that's pretty good when she's going live a couple times a week and she's selling 3, 4, 5 books each live. That adds up. So, I mean, yeah. I need to get behind that. I'm a dinosaur, man.
Yeah, well, you are a dinosaur.
Yeah, I was around when they were around, so yeah.
That is how Stephanie and I met. We met through Mike, and she had already recruited Mike, and then she wanted to recruit me, and I think after she had recruited Shay, I was like, I think I'm gonna do this. I think I'm gonna be a part of this. And then I pitched her Ruin, and yeah, right here. The rest is history. This is our beautiful book baby right here.
I'm feeling a little more confident with my writing to join y'all here. I'm gonna probably try it next summer, next season, maybe even in the fall or winter. We'll see how things go. But I'm after I wrote Melvin's Labyrinth, which I still got to get other people because you can't just go by your own feeling. But I will say this: at all my books, Melvin's Labyrinth to me is the best. Not this. I'm not saying the story and overall. I'm talking about the writing, the way I express the words, the way I kind of change things up a little bit is by far the best. And the book that I'm currently writing now out there, I'm 4 chapters in, and I'm astounded. I'm like, man, I have really took the right turn for the better. So I'm very pleased, but I just got to make sure that people see it as I'm seeing it. Because if I start getting readers telling me, I got to get them to be honest with me. I'm not going to get mad. Your writing it still needs a lot of improvement. Or a lot of improving. And I start hearing that, or you're still kind of teetering. Okay, then I'm gonna hold off and work on it some more. But if I start hearing a lot of yes, you're going in the right direction, then I'll feel confident enough to get with y'all on that. I just don't want to be that one that brings everybody down. Everything's going good. Got a good chain reaction when we get to my book. The series was good until I got to Jeffrey Harris. The story was great. The plot was good. The characters were great. His writing just lacking. Because, like I said, I'll never, ever put myself down when it comes to story, plot, and characters. I'll give myself props. I'm spot on with that. But it's my expressiveness on how to write without it being so easily, if you know what I mean. Like when you're reading, it's all the same words you would normally see. That was my weak point. I kept using the basic stuff. And I'm like, dude, I need to change this. I need to write some words where I want people to go, all right, I need to go look at the dictionary or at the source or get online. All right, what does that word mean? I've even done that to myself. I'm in there writing and I'm like, wait a minute, there's got to be another word. And I'll get on Google and I'm like, because I'll look up different words and Google will tell me the definition. I'm like, dang, I don't think I've ever seen this word. Okay, poop, you're in my book. So, it looks good.
Yeah.
Hey, Sherry.
Hey, Sherry. Yeah, I got my Taco Bell shirt on. It's yeah. So as Stephanie said, if you ever need some help, we can help you out. We can help you get into the series.
Yeah, I know. It's just one of the things. I'm going to see if I can do it. I'm going to see. Like I said, Melvin's Labyrinth's the test. We're going to find out. And if I get a lot of feedback that's like I'm thinking it's going to be, then we're good to go. It's just it's just one of them things where you just kind of you want to see for yourself. It's one of them where you appreciate the help. You don't want to deny it in a negative way. It's just you still want to cross that bridge by yourself and try it one good time. So that way, if it does collapse, you ain't bringing no one with you. You know what I mean? So if I fall from it, it's fine. We don't lose nothing.
You're not going to fall. You're not going to fall from anything. You'll be fine. I think I have the advantage of having a long career behind me, whereas you're much newer to this than I am.
Yeah, true.
So confidence isn't really.
I've been writing since I was a kid, though. So I just
True.
have, not professionally. I always wrote for myself. I always wrote for something for me to go back and read later. I've done that a lot. I mean, I had a few people in the family, like my sister. She loved it. Like the first time I wrote Vampires of the Millennium, which is supposed to be the demonic crusade scenario, a certain character got taken out, and she laid a cussing on me. I can't believe you did. I was liking this. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, really? Calm down. You got to wait till the sequel. There's a reason why all that happened. Don't worry. I don't know if I'm going to read it now. Blah, blah, blah.
There's also like a big difference between writing with criticism and writing without criticism. So when you write for yourself, you have nobody but maybe your immediate family. Whereas when you put it out for the world, you got to be ready.
They'll be blunt with you. They'll be blunt. Some will. Some still hold back. But I tell everybody, hey, no, you're not going to, I mean, there's a way to say it without it being rude and nasty. But, I'll just get up there and say, hey, I love this. Like that one person left a review for me, for example. I love the way she did that. She left a review on Demonic Crusade. She said it's a well-written book, really good story. Just it's not my type of story, so I gave him 4 stars. She didn't even have to give it a review, no stars at all, because she's not into it, but she did it anyway. And I'm like, well, I appreciate that. I mean, that was one of the coolest things right there that you can do for somebody. I mean, that's just really...
Do you have any horror reviews, Ted? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there, Jeff.
Oh, no, you're fine. I was done.
Well, you cannot please everybody, and that's what I was going to tell Jeffrey right now. That we were talking with Clarence just a few minutes ago that our books should be categorized. For example, I usually put on the cover the main theme of the book. I put military, spy-fi, space opera. So whoever just gets the cover gets exactly the contract with the reader, the contract of the author with the reader, saying what kind of story am I going to tell you. If you pick up this book, I'm going to tell you this story. I think maybe I don't know if you have the theme in your book, Jeffrey. Maybe that's why she said it's not that my kind of story, because it didn't have the theme. But I think if you I'm just saying generally, if an author puts the theme on the blurb behind, or I personally put it in the cover, bottom line. You exactly explain to the reader what kind of story they should expect to read. So so if somebody says, excellent book, excellent prose, but it's not my kind of story, you can say thank you very much for your feedback, but in the cover,
Yeah.
it explicitly said that the contract of the book is that.
Yeah. Very true. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Yeah.
I
I actually had a couple of reviews that are like that, where someone read and I liked the story. The story was good. The plot was good. It was written real well. I'm just not into witches or whatever it is I may have, because I've had a couple that were for several different books now, a couple where it just wasn't their cup of tea, but they still actually liked it, considering. I'm like, that means something, I think. So that's usually a good vote of confidence, especially if you can get someone who's not really into that genre or into that story, but actually still think it was pretty good and was written well. That lets you know things. So imagine when you get across someone who does like that kind of stuff, you got a good chance of gaining new, oh yeah, I'm a fan. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's a good vote of confidence.
Yeah, what I do is on the blurb, on the back side of the book, I put again the theme and the tropes for the book.
It's a good
I
idea.
haven't done that yet, but that's a good idea.
It is a very good idea. I might, even if I don't put it on the back, put it on the inside of the cover. But the back would be really good so they could see it online. So when they go to order it, you see the tropes already. That's actually a very good idea. I ain't gonna lie to you, I might even put out one of these random books sometime later and pop up tropes on the front cover of it. Just for the fun of it, just to have it as a cover, I wouldn't put it like where it's way flashy or anything, but like on one of the horror books or something, like if it's dark horror, just put dark horror, or something like that, just so, and if people were to ask me, like, why you got tropes on it? So you'll know. Like the book I'm currently writing, it's going to be full of tropes of dark, because this book actually took a turn it took another turn. It was supposed to be just a basic romantic thriller. It looks like it's going to be a romance, dark, psychological thriller now. So it's like, uh-oh.
Extra
It got
spice.
rough. Yeah. Oh, it's going to be a lot of smut in this book, too. It's going to, I'm going to make a lot of women happy with this book, I think. And a lot of men, too, who like that.
I don't want to disappoint you guys, but smut sells.
Oh, it does. It sells really good. That's another reason why I'm trying to dip my toes in it. I got one book with a little bit in it, The Novelist in the Lake House. Now, Demonic Crusades actually has a little bit in it, too. It's not loaded, but it's got some smut scenes. Demonic Crusades book 2 as well. And there is a scene in Demonic Crusades book 2 that goes a little wild, but I won't say nothing about that because that's a spoiler alert.
The best part for Jeff writing the smut and the erotica is going to be when he has to go on impromptu and face all of those readers and explain and talk to them face to face. It's going to be great. It's not going to be great for him, but it's going to be great for me.
I didn't think that through. Oh boy.
He's gonna squirm the whole time. It's gonna be awesome.
So, what was the female character? What did she do? She jumped on him. She jumped on him. She she had fun when the sun went down until the sun came back up. I don't know.
And I'm gonna tell Shay, send me that clip. This is gonna be fantastic. I'm holding on to that.
Right?
And he's gonna turn just like that, just red.
Right? Oh boy, that's just the thoughts in my head. Because I can't see me getting tongue tied, especially if, like, because I get weird when I got a lot of women listening, and because I won't read certain sections of my book if I got a lot of women viewers. I just won't do it. I'm scared. I don't know how to do it. It's like, oh my God, I don't know whether to write this or read this to them or not.
Oh, buddy, go for it. Shoot for the moon.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm getting a
gonna
little
give
more
you.
around to it. I'm starting to figure people out there. I'm getting accustomed to everybody on here now. It's the new faces that'll have me over there sweating a little bit now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you guys a quiz. Do you think I have written erotica?
I
Oh,
think you
I
have.
I think so. I think
Yeah, 'cause
Ted's.
you're over. You're in Greece. You got to it.
I think he might have written it under a fake name, but I think he has.
Yeah,
had to have.
it's in the Tex Casnovas line. I
Oh.
have one which is designated traitor. If you go to the link tree, there it's right there. I have the designated traitor on planet Lunaris. It's spy-fi with smut, but
Oh wow, nice.
and I have the other one as well. Murder on. I don't remember the title right now, but it's right there on Linktree. But the thing is that the smut, the sex, is connected with the plot. I mean, if you go to my Patreon, I have a free article that explains that when you write a theme, you write spy-fi, you write horror, or whatever you write, and you include smut, it shouldn't be just for the sake of it. It
Right.
should enhance the plot. And I'll give you an example of how I do it with a spy-fi. With a spy-fi, for example, one major example, one characteristic example, is that it helps the protagonist to exchange DNA and then use this DNA to see if that girl is exactly who she said she was. So it's not just for the sake of it, I'm gonna do a plot and then I'm gonna do a random sex scene and hope I sell some copies, and then continue with the work. But it's all connected. It's you have to find an edge to connect it. You have to find a connector to connect that.
Yeah.
That's I'm always saying my opinion. I'm not saying
No, I agree with you. Actually,
this should be something. Have you heard some guys in here that say you should do that? I mean, I may even block them, but I'm simply saying what's working for me.
Yeah.
I've written
I got my mind made up to go with what I feel comfortable with. So
some scenes that were sort of like not full blown, but they were meant to be that, and they even lead quite a bit. But like, it's kind of hard to deny some of the things that go on in this book because the main character is an OF model, sort of. I mean, I don't go exactly by those words, but she's a bit of a cam girl. So there are definitely some sexy scenes in this book.
Yeah, I mean, another thing that's a universal truth, fortunately or unfortunately. Smart sells. I mean, I have sold more books from my designated traitor and the murder and the other. I have two eroticas out, about 100
Yeah.
pages, and I'm writing another one right now, which has been put a little bit back by Hadras of War, which is not smart, just spy-fi adventure. It doesn't have to, it just have kisses inside, you know. It's romance. But
I teased the
you know,
romance authors a little bit, my friends, but I mean nothing by it. I was actually just talking to a fellow author about mine, and I said there is no self-respecting bookstore on planet Earth that doesn't have a romance section. None. Zero. It wouldn't happen.
Yeah. Actually, what is it everybody want? The reason why I'm going to ask this is so when I go to promote Demonic Crusades a bit more, I can add it in there as like splash of smut, smut, some smut. You know how to do it. Like, what is it they consider smut? Like,
So there's
does
a
it have
scale.
to be?
There's a scale. So the scale is like 5 peppers, 5 hot peppers, chili peppers.
Yeah. Yeah.
So-
Yeah.
So you can choose where you are on the scale, and it will help sell your book. Some like the lower end of the scale, some like the middle, some like you know.
Well, I would say Demonic Crusades book 1 is 1 to 2 peppers then.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Book 2 about roughly this. Actually, book 2 I think they went just a little bit more with some scenes because there was a couple more characters who did some things. So I would give it 2.5 to minor, very barely touching 3. The Novice in the Lake House was, I would say, 3.
And
Could be more because they got naked a lot. They did a lot of stuff together. So I could do it. And the book I'm writing now would probably be a possible 3 to a 4, but we'll see. I'm only touching the surface on that book, so we're going to find out.
I'd actually recommend that if you're trying to get to that audience, you could do worse than having your pepper scale on either the front cover or the back cover. Like, obviously, don't make it huge. Make it relatively small.
Yeah.
But everybody in Book Talk will know what it is, what it means, and if you're trying to reach that audience, that's probably a good move to do.
Yeah, it's a very good idea.
you can have a look if
Gotcha,
you
Jerry.
have a look at my covers for my 2 erotica standalones. I have used the 4 corners theory, let's say, that it says that a reader's eye goes from up left to up right, and then goes down to down left, and then so what I've done is that I have a logo up, and then the erotica 18 plus, and then the peppers and the choose your mission, accept your mission. So towards it should end on the bottom right. It should have the incentive, the hook, the enter your adventure, buy this book. I think I'm gonna hold on.
That's a pretty good idea, too.
Yeah, if you cover some time and discuss something, I'll just log into the link tree and show you.
I think I'm going to write a horror next after this book that I'm currently working on, the romance one, the dark romance. I think I'm going to jump back into the wagon of deep dark horror, but we'll see. Whatever the mood takes me on after this book is done.
There you go. I have the super secret project that I got to get back into. Right now, I'm still working on the screenplay for Nora. Speaking of which, she went off to the prop master today.
Nice.
Yeah, so
I'm
she's...
going to shoot something on that probably tomorrow or this weekend. So I'm going to try. I want to do something. I mean, it's not going to be nothing fancy, at least the first one. The first one, I'll probably just random pictures thrown into a little video vortex thing. And then I'll try to, as the weeks progress, I'll try to make some more stuff.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
look at that.
Nice. Yeah, I like that.
You know what that reminds me of? Do you remember those? That's beautiful. It reminds me of those old magazines. They have that same that style. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I read about that. I researched about that, how these magazines were written, And I did it exactly like that. And I'll show you the other one. That
That's a
was,
good move.
and no, and then that's the other one.
Yeah,
Oh wow.
it has that same format, that same. Yep, I like it. I like it a
Yeah.
lot.
And he has a lot of and he has a lot of um, he has a lot of information on the first page
They just
about
tried to
what the
kick.
story.
They just tried to kick you off the live for showing that cover. They just gave me a warning. I'm like, get out of here.
It was nothing.
Oh boy.
It was nothing. It wasn't even a woman in a bikini. It wasn't even a real woman. It was a
Sure
cartoon. Ah,
It's all about control.
bastards.
Yeah, and the thing
Well,
is
that
that, you
means
know, for
anybody in the
example,
comments, y'all might want to share the live out because once he starts getting restrictions, they're going to limit to who people that sees that he's online. That's why when I go live, I get limited all the time too because I'll end up saying the Zon by accident or we say a few cuss words like we read a book, I'll say a few words or someone else slips up and says a word on my live, which I don't really care about all that really, to be honest. But I just tell everybody if you know we slipped up or if we said some words or something or if we've mentioned Zon by accident, you know, the whole word, just start sharing for us. So it'll help.
So, Marianne, I'm nowhere even near done the super secret project. I don't even think it'll be done this year.
Perfect. See if anybody else got back on. I'll share some more real quick, guys.
Right now, I'm like trying to focus on the screenplay. We're gonna try to film it next month. Hopefully, we'll be able to film it pretty quick because it's not gonna be a long piece. Kind of like
Have
limited
you,
location.
this is for you as well, Ted. You or Clarence, have y'all ever sat down? You're ready to write a book, right? You got your mind set on it. You sit down, you start writing it. But have you ever started on a book that actually where you started on it and your initial idea or initial thoughts on it, it's like you're there, but at the same time, you're not sure if you got your whole self into it, but you're going to at least give it a shot. And then as you got started on it, it's like you're all of a sudden you're in. Have any of y'all done that yet?
I have had a subpar idea where I was like, I don't know if anybody would ever read this. I'm not super enthusiastic about it, and then
Yeah.
got a few chapters in, and I was like, oh, this thing has more steam than I originally thought.
I've done that twice now. Melvin's Labyrinth, for one. As soon as I got started on Melvin's Labyrinth and sat down, and I was like iffy with it. I was like, you know what? Let's get a few chapters in and see where we go. And if nothing else, I'll scrap it. Come back later to it to another date. As soon as I started writing chapter one, I was it's like I was throwing all my chips in. You know, I was almost all in. And by the time I got into chapter 3 and 4, I was all in. Like the whole process was like, wow. It's the same thing's happening right now with this current book. I started on the book. I don't have a full name for it, but I'm thinking about it's kind of like what I did with Melvin's Labyrinth. I think I'm going to put Trish, because that's the name of the character, the main girl in this book. I'm thinking about using her name with something. I don't know yet. But I started on this book, and started out with chapter 1, and I was like, okay, it's like I was throwing chips in. I don't know why I'm using this as my analogy, but I was putting my chips in on it, and as I've gotten into 2, and now that I've gotten into 3 and 4, my chips are all the way in now. So it's like, that's weird, back-to-back books where I sat down, initially started where I had an idea, but I just didn't feel confident. Like, I didn't feel excited about it. It's blah. But at the same time, you don't want to write a book with that attitude because then you're afraid you may not put much in it. So I guess what I'm trying to get at is if I had gotten into 2, 3, 4, going into chapter 5 with that same concept, there's a good chance it might, let's put this away and come back when I got more of a, yeah. But it's like they're grabbing at me. And I think I like that better than I did when I start with a book that I'm already excited about. Because this one's coming at me as more of a surprise, if that makes sense. And I don't know if y'all have ever, it's weird. I can't explain it. It's crazy.
I have
Yeah, that
ideas
is
all the
awesome.
time, and what I do is that I make a subdirectory in my hard disk, and I write the idea there. And if the idea is good, then I take it further, and I start an InDesign template, so I can start writing on it. And some ideas are good, some ideas are not so good. So I start thinking about them as I write other things, and then suddenly the idea has come to a fruition that it can be the next project. And I have a paper, um, paper-based. Like I have um, I usually do this where I connect pages,
Mhm.
and I can vary the length of the pages. So if
Oh
I
my
need
God.
more, I change this, I make it bigger. So I have a paper thing that is, hold on, I'll show you.
Are you one of those psychopaths that write by hand?
Like say.
Like Shay, he's psychopath.
Yeah, Shay writes all out on
Yeah,
paper. See, that's
for
what I
example,
used to do, but I can't write by hand. My wrist bothers me really bad because of my injury I sustained. And as I get older, it's gotten weaker. It's like I can't do it for too long
I hope
now. I have to type.
they don't limit the live game. So what I do is I have a cover which I print on the printer, and then inside I write things that I need to see them written on paper.
Yeah.
And I also have a subdirectory on the hard disk. And I have found that one big advantage is that I have a backstory. For example, I made the backstory from example 2200s to 2400, 200 years. And all of these novels fit in a specific time, and I know exactly what happened. And this helps me because I draw from what happened before and what happened after, and then I can
Yeah.
I can do a new one. But yeah, you gotta be organized. I think if one is an author, he has a lot of ideas, and from waking up, sometimes you dream of an idea, and you wake up. And what I do is I grab the phone and I put the record, and I speak it. I speak what I can remember. Sometimes I say to myself, you don't have to do this because it's okay. In about an hour, you'll have had some coffee and you're gonna write it down. No way, you're gonna forget it. You're gonna
Yeah.
when you wake up, you're gonna press the record, say it, and I bet you in an hour you're gonna remember your name. So you get this recording and you play it to yourself and you say, oh my God, I would never have remembered that. I would never ever. But because you have recorded what you saw, in your dreams and the idea that you came with that, it's available. So you can use it. You cannot play with your memory. That's why we're
Yeah.
humans. Because we it's difficult to remember exactly, what's happening. So that's why we have reminders.
I keep a notebook by my bed for just such instances. If I have a dream or if I have a thought in the middle of the night, I can just get up and.
Yeah, I need to bring mine in the house with me and do that. I got it out in the shop in the office, but I actually wrote down a couple ideas for a book. Matter of fact, there was one book idea I came up with, and I wanted Shay in on me, but and I understand where she's coming from. She respectfully declined that one. She says she'll definitely would be happy to read it, but she definitely didn't want to get involved with it, and the only reason is because it's got a 2% comparison to Sour, just a tiny bit, and here's why. It's about a boy and a girl, but they're like teenagers now. They find out that their parents are unalivers. I'm gonna say it that way, so we'll be careful on what we say on here. But anyway, there is a lot of twists and turns in this book. I'm talking about this is one of the biggest psychological turns. I mean, I came up with the idea and I wrote it down. And I'm like, dude, this is gonna be one of the biggest twisted, crazy endings of all my books, and that's saying a lot because The Novice in the Lake House, I just don't see myself topping that ending because that is the most craziest, and that's an ending that leaves you going, No, that's not a real ending. He's playing with us. He's got, and I've had several people ask me, says, "Play, can you tell me the ending, the novelist? Is it? Are you really joking? I mean, did it really end like this, or is this leading into something?" I never had an answer to give because it was supposed to be a standalone, but it turns out the novelist is actually going to have to be a sequel now. But this other book idea where they find out their parents are unalivers. I don't want to say this because this could be a bad spoiler for people who are trying to read. If it was just us three up here, I would tell y'all. But I don't want to ruin this for anybody who would want to read. But it's not like I'll be writing it anytime soon. I probably won't write that till maybe winter next spring. But I'm definitely going to try to write it. But it's got the most twisted ending, and I'm sitting there writing it down in my notebook, going, "Oh my God, this is going to be good." I mean, like, this is going to really. A lot of readers are going to eat this up. They're going to be like, "Oh," they are going to be shocked. They're going to be, yeah. So I was excited about that.
That's awesome. It's good to see that you're still so enthusiastic about your career. I mean, you are still pretty young in your career, so that helps.
Yeah. I'm always enthusiastic about writing, though. I love writing. That's all I got, really. That's mine, and it just, to me. And I've told people, whether anybody wants to believe it or not, that's fine. I'll respect it, but it's not about getting rich. I just want to get by with it. I don't care about being rich because I'm not going to change nothing about me. Even if I did, if I got rich, I'm still going to get up here with my Beavis and Butthead shirt. I'm like Adam Sandler. You're not going to see me dressing up. I might once in a while, an occasional, whatever. But I'm not about money. Even when I was making good money a while back, I still was. You wouldn't have known. People wouldn't come to me asking for money. Look at me like, yeah, he's poor. I ain't gonna ask him for a little help. Hey, you got $10 to borrow? And it's just it's me. It's in my nature. I'm not, materialistic things is not important to me. I just want to get by as long as I can eat, pay my bills, and have a place to stay. That's all that matters to me. Have some clothes on my back, and honestly, the biggest goal in my life is to be able to do what really truly makes me comfortable, without having to worry. Basically, when me writing is what I'm saying is I don't have to get up in the morning and worry, where am I going to be at in 5 years? Where am I going to be at next year? Am I going to get hurt at work today? What's going to happen? Are they going to do layoffs? Is this company's going to go out of business? They're going to cut back on our pay, stuff like that. Or they're going to bring in a new supervisor that's going to change out everything and make it just hell for everybody. So when me being a book writer, I got no supervisor. I don't need someone to come in and check on me. You know what I mean? Baby, and, like, hey, I'm a grown man. Come on, y'all. When I was a teenager at these jobs, it was different. But when you're a grown adult, you got people going around looking to see if you're working. I walk out. I get tired of that. It irritates me. I'm sorry. It's disrespectful. Don't treat like a kid. But I didn't mean to take it that far, guys. But yeah,
It's all right. We've all been there.
yeah.
Let me see if they don't like this, if they block this. This is the Pearl of Kuilnik Tundra.
That's awesome.
That's a cool cover. It didn't seem to do anything, so that's good. Didn't try to boot us.
Yeah.
It's like some James Bond.
That's noir gothic space opera spy-fi, again spy-fi, and it's 100 years after the Hydras of War. So I've made 100 to 100 years backstory of how things came to place, and you have two agents. One lived 100 years before the other, and that's happening in the 2400s, and Hydras of War is happening 2300. And as I said, it's only part one, and the advantage of getting only part one is that the protagonist loses. You have the protagonist lose, but you promise a second part when the protagonist is going to win. That's a little bit of a trick.
Yeah.
And of course I have my other series, the Tinker Tailor Soldier Serpent, which is again in the 2400s, and there's a mole in the government, and there's a big a big poll to see if the stratocratic government is going to be democratic or it's going to be a hybrid. And
Yeah.
there's a mole in there that tries to overthrow the stratocrats, and that's a whole thing. But the Pearl of Queen Nictandra is one of my organized things. Um, the let me see if
Y'all,
I
how
can.
popular is action novels?
Yeah, these are action novels. What I
How
write are
popular
action.
is action
They're
novels now?
they're pretty popular. I mean, they're not compared to like romance or fantasy, but they're pretty
Yeah,
popular.
yeah. Because I got a couple in line I actually wrote on the screenplay, and I told Ted about this when I had him live last month, I think it was. Remember on Saturday we went live together. I
Hmm.
told him about this series that I had. It's called the ATG Unit. It stands
Hmm.
for Anti-Terrorist Global Unit, and it's kind of fantasy. And the reason why I say kind of fantasy because they are a unit, and this is where the fantasy part kind of comes in because you're going to see what I mean when I say this. They are an organization funded by secret billionaires who basically
I remember.
support an
Yeah.
organization that doesn't stand for one nation. They stand for all nations around the globe, and they stand for taking out terrorists instead of the way our countries do today. Oh, we want to lock them up, blah, 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 and play law and order with them. But with this organization, we take them out. You're terrorist. If you stand for blowing people up and blah blah blah, world domination, we come after you. We take you out. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. They
Yeah.
come in and they're kind of like a ghost recon. What they do is they slide in between the system where the other countries don't know about it. They take them out and they come back out. They're like ghosts. And yeah, so it's yeah. I'm thinking
It's
about
also
writing that in the future.
yeah, that's the Ganasa incident.
Awesome.
Nice.
I don't think they're gonna block us. it's not.
No.
It's not smart anyway. That was my first one. It's under my name. That was under
Yeah.
my name, the first one I wrote, and then I decided because I want to write some adult, young adult books or some book for kids. I decided to get a pen name to write, all the noir spy-fi and all of that.
I wanted to ask you about that, Ted. On Zon, your name is different, correct?
On where?
On the Zon, I
So,
can't
I'm
say the
sorry.
full name without penalizing them. So,
The zone.
yeah,
Yeah.
where
The
you sell your
rainforest.
books at. Yeah, the rainforest
Where?
site.
Sorry.
The rainforest site.
I'm sorry. I don't understand.
Uh, yeah. The Zon, the place where we sell our books, unfortunately, that's
Yeah,
run
it's
by
it's under.
Bezos.
Oh yes. Okay, I got it. So I thought you had a zone with a knee, and I said,
Oh
is that?
no, I got it written down at the bottom too. Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
That
on there.
place.
The reason why I'm asking is because I've seen some books that looks
that's
like your stuff, but it's Ted Costis. Wait, how's it
no,
go again?
it's the Tex Casnovas brand. Tex
Text.
Casnovas.
No, that's it. Okay,
Tex Casnovas. It's
that was your stuff, right?
yeah, yeah.
See, all right. So I found you. I had to write stuff. I was afraid it weren't going to, and I didn't want to post this and it not be, So I'm going to come back and add your stuff in later to another one. Yeah. So
Yeah,
I'm trying to be careful with it because I do not want to put somebody else's stuff
yeah,
on,
sure.
and mess something up. So I try to
Yeah.
be very careful with that. That scares me.
Also, when you write under a pen name, you have some advantages. For example, you can invite other authors, where you can share, any royalties and all of that. But you can write under a brand. This usually happens, when you get a big following, and you
Yeah.
cannot, and you think that it might be good to produce more novels. And then you ask for somebody else if they'd like to join the franchise, for example, the
Yeah.
name, and write on that. Um, if you are so successful, so more work is justified, let's say. But it also has advantages because you can you can add a mystery under your name, you know. Of course, you're gonna say who you are. There's no question about it. But it's also, you know, it's a little bit of a mystery because it's under an umbrella, like a holding company, let's say.
Yeah.
So it has a mystery in it. But, it's,
I didn't know if you got something else to say. We all got quiet.
yeah, no,
I didn't want to cut in. I was trying to.
we have covered a lot of stuff for a
Yeah.
live. We covered a lot of stuff. And to tell you the truth, I don't want to end this live because you're very good friends. You're
Yeah,
very
yeah.
nice people. And it's very nice to talk to you.
Yeah.
But you know, I think the whole thing is that we as indie authors, we have to wear a lot of hats. We have to wear the marketer, the editor, the guy who goes on live on TikTok and reads his books,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I think the point is that we don't see it as a burden. We don't see it as something that we have to do in order, you know, to make some money and that. I think it's something that we like, and something that even if nobody would be listening, you would press the like button and you would go and read it, and you would go and put it on YouTube, and maybe you would go after YouTube after a month and say one view, and you say one saw it. So it's really we're doing it because we like it, and I think the difference between somebody who has stopped doing it is that he started this for the wrong reasons, and we are here and we have shown a lot of diligence that we keep on doing this, and we will keep on doing this, and we don't care if somebody listens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll just keep on doing it and keep on doing it. It's like the Energizer Bunny. Just goes on, doesn't care, and he has the energy to do it.
It makes me think of that quote from Stephen King. He says, "Writing can be a lonely job," and it certainly can. I mean, we spend long hours in our offices or whatever talking to ourselves.
Yeah.
It's nice to know that we have other people that have the same struggle.
Yeah. Yeah, I sometimes forget about the real world at times. I'll be in there typing away, and then I'll walk out the building, and I'm looking around and go, oh, crap, I'm back to real life. I'm going back in.
Yep.
Yeah, it's. I think it's. I think it's important at the early stage, early middle stage, or you know, maybe continuously, the support from other indie authors that will come into a live with you, that will support your books. I will start promoting your books as well. I will start explaining your books. And I will put it on my YouTube channel. And all this effort, it's like a distributed power. You know, instead of going into a publisher and the publisher says, I may not even give you any royalties up front. I'm gonna see how the book sells, and then a couple of years will pass. You'll get no royalties, and you'll sue them just simply to release your book from them and get nothing. Unfortunately, there are people like that, or there are very good publishers that say, look, you can even have an advance, and then I'll take it off your royalties. or a publisher may say, I cannot give you an advance, but I won't ask anything to publish your book. Right? That's important, right? Because hybrid
Yeah.
publishing, I believe, is a wound, right? I think no author should pay to have their books published unless they want it, unless they feel that they need somebody to print some books, and they shouldn't need to go to a hybrid publisher. They just go to a publisher and say, could you please print 50 books of mine, because I think I can sell them on TikTok shop. I want them. I want to make PR boxes, or I want to give to my friends, or something like that. But it's very important to weigh if you can trust the publisher, and of course this happens via previous experience. You know, if you have some fellow authors and they have very good experience with publishers, I mean, it's a very good indication that you can trust them. So it's very important. But being an indie author and going through only through Zone, or see, now I got the Zone thing, or Drafted Digital, you at least have some control of what's happening. I mean, you're not expecting any publisher to tell you how many books you've sold. You see this every day. It's usually zero.
I should have caught on when I first got involved in that one publishing company that I went with, when I asked early on before my book was out about advances. Oh, we don't do that here. And I remember reading online about publishing companies doing advances. And that right there was another black flag I wish or red flag I should have listened to, because something told me about it. And I was like, that don't sound right. They don't do advances. I said, from what I read online, most book publishing companies do it. I was wondering if maybe it was because I was new, maybe my first time. Oh Lordy.
I wish I had known you then, is all I can say to that.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to charge up my tablet. I didn't realize it. My battery's going dead. I had no clue, guys. Wow.
I would have
I thought
I
it
would
was
have stopped
charged.
you. I would have stopped you in your tracks had I known.
Yeah, I wish I'd known everybody like I do now. It would have helped out a lot. But
Yep.
yeah, it's one of them things. What the heck did I do? Everything disappeared on me.
Just do yourself a favor. If you ever get caught in something that you think might be sketchy, run it by one of us.
Oh yeah, I definitely yeah.
Yeah.
I had my thoughts going in, and it's like my gut was screaming at me, but at the same time, it's like, the scenario of what was going on, I was like, man, I got to see this thing through. My mom's not going to be around much longer, and I had to tell her that before, It just, I don't know. I just wish, I don't know. I just wish there wasn't no such thing as people doing that stuff, but apparently it exists more than we want it to. But,
Yeah.
it's just like
There-
scam calls and stuff like that. People get hit with those things all the time.
Unfortunately, there are a lot of people that are looking to take advantage of authors. It sucks.
And I don't understand why. They act like we're going to be making gold as soon as we start. I could understand if you wanted to do it to a musician or something, or a celebrity is fixing to make a big $80-90 million movie or something. But my God, someone fresh out of fresh right out of nowhere, you ain't going to get, there's no way. I mean, unless you've got a lot of people that can spread the word really quick. That's about it. It's going to take time. I don't even know if Stephen King hit real big when his first. I think it took him a while, if I'm not mistaken. So, I mean, it happens. And he was in an era where we didn't have all this stuff, social media. His was what, the 70s when he started publishing? So, I mean, it was different then. Publishing was way different.
Oh, yeah.
I want to say it probably could have been, maybe harder to promote back then, maybe easier to promote. I don't know which one it would be.
Well, I think
I feel it's easier to promote, but at the same time, it's still challenging.
those publishing deals had better traction with bookstores, so that we don't really have. But
Yeah.
I guess you could argue and say that we have the internet, but I mean, it doesn't seem to be working that well.
it, I still think it is. We just got to find that loophole. There's a loophole. There's a little. I don't know. There's a thing. Y'all, something ain't right. I can't see nobody typing anything on the screen over here.
Sherry just
Hold on.
said something just a second ago.
Terry, take care.
Let me come out and come back. Hold on. Let me see. If this takes me out, I'll come right back. Cause something's. Hold on.
That's not what it's for. Everybody knows the internet's for cat videos, but I mean, people use the internet for promoting books and other things.
What we were talking about before, it's there are only 4 ways to get rich: robbery, theft, embezzlement, and luck. And
Yeah.
all this and all this.
That pretty much sums it up.
Yeah, it's really embezzlement because somebody's trying to get to your confidence and to embezzle your resources under a false pretense. So if you come to think of it, these are only the 4 cases that one can become rich, or become rich, and also by not putting a lot of work on it, right? Because it's always the ratio between how much work you put in and how much you get out. For example, you may spend 8 months writing a book, and then you may sell one. So the ratio of work, electric current, computers, your time, and everything, it's down, to 30 cents of a $0.99 book on Amazon. Jeffrey's back. You back, Jeffrey? Can you hear us?
Robert said your mic is kind of low, Ted. Your audio is kind of low.
Sorry about that, y'all. Yeah, my whole box, everything, all the comments and everything disappeared. I think it's when I charged my tablet. I don't know. So, but yeah, it's working now. Everything's good. I had to make sure before I asked to come back in. I wanted to look, make sure I saw people's. As soon as I saw comments appear, and I was like, okay, we're good. Sorry about that, guys.
I'm
Look at that beautiful haircut.
Closer now.
Right? Ugh.
I'm closer to the mic.
Some days I've seen some videos that I promote. Don't think much of it because I don't put the hat on, and I'm like, man, people are gonna think I'm not washing my hair today. But my hair, it just gets fizzy when I'm outside in the sun because of the humidity. See, right now I've mostly been inside since I washed it, so I haven't really been outside much today. Like the other day, I was out quite a bit. I was cutting grass and everything, so my hair was real fizzy. But yeah, some days I do it, and I'm like, oh my god, I really look like a bum. Then I was like, hey, it might work to my advantage. People might see him like, yeah, this guy needs money bad. He can't even afford a haircut. I'm gonna buy a book.
Yeah. Oh, I'm starting to thin up top, so I don't want to talk about hair too much.
I got no problem with hair so far. I've actually noticed my dad. He's in his 50s and he's still got a head full of hair. And I'm like, wow, even my grandpa had a head full of hair and he was in his 70s, 80s when he passed. And he still had a lot of hair. So I'm like, okay, so I don't think we have the hair problem in our family line. So I do have a patch somewhere around in, I can't remember, it's a section somewhere up in here. There is a little patch right up in there where it's no hair. It goes right to the scalp. And that's because I hit my head on a nail when I was a young kid. And I don't know, ever since then, hair don't grow in that spot very well. I'm like, that's kind of weird. So
Yeah, ever since then, the third
some of the damages I got, huh?
I said ever since then, the 3rd and 4th grade are a little fuzzy, but yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you an argument. I'm not saying that it's 100% correct. I'm gonna put it to your judgment, but I liked it. There was a guy, I saw it on TikTok, and he was saying, if you are trying to, establish yourself or to promote your work or anything like that, you have to use something repetitive. For example, when I go on live in here, I always wear the same hat.
Yeah.
Always the same hat. You'll never see me without this hat, because this is something repetitive. It's something people have seen me before. They see me again and again, and they expect me to be like that again, and with the same thing. So you project the same image, and how human memory works. Human memory is like putting blocks on a stick. For example, when a new image or something that's said is passed through our brains, it's new. It occupies a position on our brain, and because it's new, it occupies a base position, and that's why our childhood memories are very important, because they occupy this base surface on our brain. Every other memory that's same goes and gets categorized under the same stick. You know, you drop a block on the same stick. If a memory is new, it should occupy another place. And you know, with time, if the surface of the brain is occupied, and a memory is new, and it cannot fit in a new base plate, it has to be categorized somewhere else. That's why sometimes you remember things very easily. Sometimes you don't remember things very easily because although they were new, they had to be categorized under something different. So I think repetition is important. And I'm not claiming that what I say is 100% true, right? But think about it. You know, think about it. It's, you come in here, you have something that's something like a trademark. How should I say it? Something people expect to see you like that. It doesn't have to be the same hat. But if you start wearing hats and, you know, and you come up here, people expect to see you with a hat.
Yeah.
I stress, I'm not saying it's 100% correct, but think about it. It's repetition.
Yeah, repetition.
Somebody,
Yeah.
There's
this guy even said, if you think that you said something about, you know, your book or something, and you're gonna say, oh, I said that about my book, there's nothing else to say. He said, no, say the same thing, because chances are some people have heard you, and when you say the same thing again, the previous people will remember, and it will be easier for them to follow what you're saying. And there will always be new people that will hear this for the first time. So your audience is dynamic. So even if you say the same thing for a year, for a continuous year, it's gonna rip some fruits, you know. I never say that this is what I say. This is what I believe, right? You can take it or you can leave it. But I do it. I do it. Every time you see me, if I don't have this, I say I have a problem.
What was I about to say? Oh yeah, 0% of this is occupied, so there's a lot of room. Mostly, it's just one of those wind-up monkeys with the cymbals. That's pretty much all that goes on in there.
Damn same here.
Ching, ching, ching. Once in a great while, when all the planets line up, there'll be circus music in there, but that's about it.
Mine, they're putting new nets on the tennis court.
New nets on. Yeah, there you go. I like it.
I wouldn't know where to explain with mine. My head's way out there. Get inside my mind, it'd be like going through the labyrinth of tunnels that never end. You'll be like, oh my God, there's no way out.
What do they call that? The catacombs?
And it is sad. That's kind of scary when you get lost in your own mind. And I've got lost in my own thoughts. I like, oh Lord, I don't know if I'm gonna find my way out of this.
Yeah, I hear you.
Sounds like the theme from Killer Clowns in Outer Space.
Yeah.
Right?
Kind of something like that, yeah.
I like that theme. Killer Clowns, and I've told a lot of people this growing up. Killer Clowns from Outer Space is a low budget kind of comedy, but that movie technically had the makings to be one of the most scariest movies of all time. Because, I mean, if you ever go back and pay real close attention to it and watch it, the clowns, the theme, the music, the viewing of it, you know, the way the cameras lay out, the way everything's kind of a dark look to it, that if they wanted to, they could have made that movie one of the most intense. You could forget it. It would have annihilated any other movie when it comes to the scare.
If the clowns didn't look so ridiculous, it would have been horrifying.
Yeah. Well, that's why they made it a comedy. But I'm saying, actually, they could have made them even look more scarier because they had the outlook to do it. They just went with the different approach. Which, don't get me wrong, I'm not knocking. I love Killer. I remember watching when I was a kid. I loved that movie. The movie was cool. But I remember saying it when I first watched it, and I'm like, this is going to be this. Because at first, the way it came on, you know, the way it starts, the theme, right before the music hits, where it's showing the sky, and it's like you hear the mumbling, and you hear the way the movie starts before it hits. It's like you get that moment like, oh man, is this going to be scary? Because it's got that feel, that vibe to it. But then all of a sudden, as you're watching it, you're laughing at it. But I've told many people that movie's got the makings, and if they wanted to, man, that could have been one horrifying movie, especially for kids.
Yeah. What do you say we use the last 10 to pitch ourselves and answer some questions from the audience and then get out of here?
Yeah, sure.
Anybody from the audience got any questions?
I'll let you guys start.
Oh, okay. I'll start. My name is Clarence Carter. I am an award-winning author, screenwriter, filmmaker, makeup artist. I don't know. I do everything. I do too much is what it is. I honestly do too much. And as of right now, I am pitching Ruin from Stephanie James Publishing. It is part of the Prepping Down the Rabbit Hole series. You may know Mike Minicky, Kristen Moran, Shay Smith. All of them are in this same series as me. Join us, have fun, buy some of the books, see what that's all about. And I'm also pitching my 4th collection of short stories that also has a YouTube channel where there are narrated versions of some of these and other stories from other authors. Redacted Tales, same name on YouTube. Check this out, check that out. Come over, say hi, give us a subscribe. I'm hoping that one of you two, if not both of you, will write a story for Redacted Tales. Consider it. Think about it.
That was great. That was great. Jeffrey, you want to go or?
If you want to, Ted, you can. If not, I'll do it. It's up to you.
Okay.
I'll let you if you want.
Hi, I'm Ted Kostis. I'm an electrical engineer, and I was a consultant in the European Parliament for defense, and that's why I write military sci-fi, space opera. I write from my experiences, some things that have happened, or some things that were about to happen, and I draw that from my stories. Tonight, just for a representative work, I'm pitching the Pearl of Queen Nyctandra, which is a noir gothic sci-fi space opera. It's only part 1, and at the end the protagonist loses, but there is a contract that a second part and more exciting part is gonna be, and the protagonist is gonna earn the win. I'd like to thank you guys. You're a fantastic company. Thank you very much for your time, and I hope we can do this again.
Damn.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, I'm indie author Jeffrey Harris, multi-genre. I write pretty much anything. Anything that comes to mind, I'll write it. I read pretty much anything too, but my latest book is Melvin's Labyrinth. This is an emotional sci-fi psychological thriller. This actually came out to be one of my favorite designs. It actually turned out great. I actually
most of my books, I have to make a plain cover. Only 2 books actually worked out like this. Actually, one had a spine, but this one I'm like, yes, finally, I did something right. But yeah, my books, you can find them on the Zon. They're all for Kindle, Kindle Unlimited, or paperback. And I'm hoping to do a little thing this month. I don't know if it's the right thing. I'm gonna see what people say about it. See what it goes. But I'm pitching this new sales thing, where if I could sell 15 or more copies this month to finish out the month of June, I will do a autographed signed copy giveaway of one of my random books next month and buy from an indie author. I've also posted that if I sell 25 books or more, I will, of course, the next following month. This is going to be something I'm going to do every month if it happens. See what happens. But I will buy from 2 or 3 indie authors and put out another autographed signed copy. And anything over 50 will be 5 different indie authors I will buy from. So basically, what I'm trying to say is each time I get books bought, I'm going to use some of that money to get out and support another indie author. So I appreciate everybody. Thank you all for having me up here. Thank you very much.
Perfect. And if anybody else has anything, hit the comment section below. If not, we're going to be out of here real soon. I'm also doing a giveaway too. What am I talking about? So if you buy a copy of Redacted Tales off of my store on my website, ClarenceCarterAuthor.com, you can get a copy of my book, The Blacktop Kings, for free. So it's not a bad deal.
How long is that lasting?
Huh?
How long is that lasting for?
Until the end of the month.
To the end of the month. Let me see what I can do. I'm trying to do something.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get some more indie author books, so I just thought it would be awesome to use the profits to support another indie author and do a book giveaway signed. Each time I do a book giveaway, they're going to always be signed. I'm never going to give a book away without it being signed. There's some note on it too. I'm going to try to do like some of these other established authors out there and get me some materials and make some book mail to send to everybody with some keychains and bookmarkers. I love that. That is just a brilliant idea.
I'm going to send you a care. Yeah, I'm going to send you a care package, Jeff. We're gonna have to get your address. Unfortunately, I don't know that I could send you a care package, Ted. You're like all the way out in Greece. It might cost me a fortune.
No, it's gonna cost you a fortune. Electronic Gmail, Google Drive, and everything. And maybe I'm betting on Hydras of War to go a little bit better, and if it does, then I'll go to Amazon and send you guys a paperback. Pay for it and send it to your addresses.
Let's try not to spend a lot of money just yet.
Yeah, but no, initially only Google Drive and all of that, and see how it goes.
Perfect. Sounds great. Thanks, everybody, for checking in. Thanks for watching. This will be available on my YouTube channel at Redacted Tales. This will also be on Ted's YouTube channel. Go ahead and pitch it. What is it called again, Ted?
I'll put it into 2 websites, 2 YouTubes. The Intercosmor one and the Texas Novas one. I've made the Texas Novas exclusively, and I also have a Rumble channel. I'll put it on the Rumble channel as well.
Perfect. All right. Thanks, everybody.
Y'all take it easy, man. We have to do this again sometimes. I enjoy having y'all.